True integrity ball. True integrity ball. True integrity ball to the fall. True integrity ball. Be ready for y'all. True integrity ball. This is true integrity ball.
Hey, I'ma give you a few reasons to stay tuned. It's a new season. We the best in the region. They're not elite like our team is. We remain undefeated. We can't be beaten. We stay on the offensive. We so good at reading the defense. You can bet on us, put your bread on us, and I said I trust. We running the game, but we not in a rush. What's there to discuss? We talking nothing but facts. Everything is exact.
Back to another episode of True Integrity Ball. I'm your host, Drew. Here with my co-host, Sean.
Yo.
Man, apologies for not having a last week episode. Did have some audio issues, but we are back, and another week is in the books, and the season progresses along, man. But before we get into week 10, we'll go over some trade news, the Dennis Allen firing, and then a few more storylines coming out of week 9. And then we'll give the Miami Hurricanes weekly report. And then we'll end giving some betting picks for week 10. Man, like I just mentioned, out the top, man, the trade deadline did just pass on Tuesday, on November the 5th. And quite a few players did get traded. Some big names did move. Marshall Lattimore went to Washington. Mike Williams went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Zadarius Smith went to the Detroit Lions, bro. Any thoughts on these, man, or any of the trades that happened?
I feel like Pittsburgh won all the trades, bro, and Washington. Pittsburgh, Preston Smith is really good, bro. I don't know if you remember a couple of years when Zadarius Smith was there.
Yeah.
They both had a great season, and that's what got Zadarius Smith paid with Cleveland. But Preston Smith is a baller. Been overlooked the last year or so because defense just started picking it up this year again. And that Mike Williams trade, I told you I wanted Baltimore to get that big body receiver. This is the first season Mike Williams has been pretty much healthy through the second half of the season. If you recall, when he was with the Chargers, he's always been hurt. Even when he came out of Clemson, coming into that rookie year, he had broke his neck. Mm-hmm. So every year he's been hurt. This is pretty much the first year he's been, healthy, and that's due to his production in New York. So not so much wear and tear this year, which would help him the second half of the season. I think he's gonna be a great fit in Pittsburgh. It's a guy you could throw the ball up to. He's gonna come down with it, bro. Big body receiver. So I like those two trades Pittsburgh did, bro. Really do. Especially as a Baltimore fan, those two trades scare me. But we'll see.
Yeah, I definitely understand, man. I know that was one I was going to mention. Definitely going to be interesting to see how Arthur Smith get that boy incorporated. He should get him in good position. And I guess one of the other trades that was kind of interesting to me was that boy Ernest Jones going to Seattle. In the beginning of the season, he was traded from the Rams to Tennessee, and now he's back in the NFC West with Seattle, man. And he definitely was making plays against the Rams this past Sunday. And I guess I'll just mention some of the other trades, most of the trades that did happen this year. As I mentioned, Marshawn Lattimore to Washington, Devontae Adams to the Jets, DeAndre Hopkins to KC, Amari Cooper went to Buffalo, Deontay Johnson to Baltimore, Mike Williams and Preston Smith to Pittsburgh, Zadarius Smith to Detroit, Khalil Davis to San Fran, that's a good one, Jonathan Mingo to Dallas, that boy from Carolina, Josh Uche to KC. I don't understand why they keep making KC better, bro, and they keep doing that. And Cam Robinson to Minnesota, Tre'Davious White to Baltimore, Baron Browning to Arizona, Cam Akers, Minnesota, Khalil Herbert to Cincinnati, Ernest Jones to Seattle, Roy Robertson Harrison to Seattle, and last but not least, that boy Jerome Baker to Tennessee, man. So definitely going to be interested to see how these players they play out throughout the end of this season. And I guess I'll just go ahead and just move along. Um, that boy Dennis Allen, man, that boy got fired from the New Orleans Saints. I'm not sure if it came in on that Sunday or Tuesday, but I know it came in this week. And it's just, man, it's been a long time coming for him. I know, especially from the fan base, they kind of been wanting him gone. But I guess just that loss to Carolina on Sunday, man, was just a nail on the coffin, man. What's your thoughts on this one, bro?
Should have been gone last year. Never even felt like he should have been the head coach after Sean Payton got fired. But the expectations for the Saints for the most part since Drew Brees has been gone have not been, so high. But when they brought Derek Carr over, bro, you were expecting at least to get in the playoffs, especially in the NFC South.
Yeah,
And they have done nothing but underachieve, especially with that defense. New Orleans always has a great defense, bro, every year. I didn't say a great defense, a good defense. Top 10 is usually a good defense that'll get the job done. And you're playing in the NFC South. The Falcons just got good. You got teams like the Falcons, bro. Like you got to get in there, bro. You got to get in the playoffs, and he's done nothing but underachieve. Some of that, most of the blame, I like to blame on Derek Carr, but you the head coach. Head coach is the fall guy. It was time for him to go.
yeah. I think I don't know if you seen the stat. Then that boy was he had got I ain't gonna say he got him, but when he was the head coach at Oakland, you know, Derek Carr was the quarterback there, and he got fired during that same season. So in a sense, man, that boy Derek Carr done got that boy fired twice, man. But but in the grand scheme, bro, I know it's just sad to see. Knowing how hot they started off, they did get decimated by injuries. So ain't no telling what the Saints would have looked like if they were healthy. But like you mentioned, man, no excuse. Every team goes through injury, and normally the good teams are able to at least look decent, man. And the Saints, I believe they lost 5 straight games. So I guess it was just that time, dog. Any final thoughts on this one, bro?
Uh, not really, bro. I don't want to go too much in depth. I was gonna go on the spiral of what do you do next for the Saints, but well, it's another time, another discussion.
Gotcha, man. The Saints just especially with that trade of Lattimore, bro, they probably need to start that rebuilding process anyways. But moving on, another interesting one I don't think I really have seen before. But the Raiders, Antonio Pierce, he fired his entire offensive staff. They don't know who their starting quarterback is at the moment. Honestly, it's just not a good look for Antonio Pierce. We not in the building, so we don't know exactly, what the hell is going on. But it's one thing to be struggling at quarterback, but to fire your entire offensive staff is kind of wild. Seems like definitely a panic move. Not sure exactly what you're trying to save. All I could think about, man, what was the plan when Antonio Pierce did get hired? They didn't have some type of long-term plan, knowing that this thing was going to be building blocks. It's going to take some time to actually get where we need to go. But firing an offensive staff, bro, your entire offensive staff at that, it's just I don't know, bro. I don't know what's your thoughts on this one, though.
Yeah, man. Um, Outside of that Ravens win, bro, which was the slip up on the Ravens part, you already know. I just talked about Dennis Allen being the fall guy. The head coach is gonna be the fall guy, so he did what he can control. He had to let go of the offensive staff. Offense has been playing poor the whole year, and that's due to the quarterback situation. Very hard to win in this league, specifically the AFC, if your quarterback is not a top performer. If you have, I would like to say there's 32 teams in the NFL. The Raiders quarterbacks are probably fighting for the last 2 or 3 spots. Would you agree?
Yeah, no doubt.
So I would like to say, I think they're gonna have to go all in for Shador, bro. That's the only thing I can think of coming up. And either Shador or Cam Ward, but you gotta get a. When I say generational, a generational talent, and that's Shador. So hopefully they can make something work. And you
Yeah,
start from scratch.
we'll definitely see how the season play out, man. Hopefully Antonio Pierce is there next year, but ain't no telling, with these owners, how they be moving or whatnot, man. But I guess before some other news we'll touch on. Uh I guess some injury news in a sense. That boy Christian McCaffrey is back in the fold. I know with the 49ers holding him out this long, I expect, C-Mac to jump out the gate rolling. Should I know him and the 49ers, they ready for him to get back out there. So, this is where I expect San Fran to start getting ready for the postseason, man, with Christian McCaffrey leading the way, man. Definitely glad to see that boy back. And I know the other news I was going to touch on, bro, is, that boy Dak being out. I know it's probably ain't much to say about Dallas because I know really weren't expecting them to get into the playoffs anyways. But just hate to see any players go through injury. I know it's a part of the game. I guess just on the bright side, he did get a big contract just before the season started. So, any thoughts on any of these, bro?
Yeah, they just we'll say that for later. We'll say that for later. Leave it at that.
All right, gotcha, man. Yes, go ahead. We could go ahead and move along and highlight some players that coming out of week 9 that that has some big games. Go ahead, bro. Who you highlighting this week?
Yeah, I got Mahomes, bro.
Okay.
34 44, 291 yards and 3 touchdowns. Propelled his team. His best game. I know there's a lot of stat lines that were a lot better this week,
Mm-hmm.
but I highlighted him. This was his best game of the year.
Yeah.
Honestly, the last 2 years that he played outside of the playoffs and Super Bowl, bro, this is his best game he's played.
Yeah.
Very efficient. Very very good game. He won that game for them. And our viewers that's listening might say that I sound crazy, but if you go watch the tape the last 2 years again, Mahomes has not played good the last 2 years, bro. He's played good. He's had a good few moments in those big games that has won him the games. But if you look at what he did the last 2 years, he has not played. I don't think a better game than what he played against the Bucks. So yeah, that's my best stat line.
Yeah, man, definitely had a great game. That was an exciting game to say the least on Monday night. And this week, man, I'm going with my good guy Cam Kitchens, University of Miami alum. That boy had 3 tackles, 2 picks, and 1 for the longest touchdown, I believe, in Rams history, man. So just excited to see him playing. I know in the beginning of the season, he was getting playing time. Then towards the basically like in October, he was kind of like demoted to like a special teams player. So I guess with more practice and more film or whatnot, I know they finally gave him some playing time, man. So definitely good to see him balling. And just want to mention one more player, that boy Jackson Smith and Jigba. That boy has 7 catches for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. I definitely know it wasn't a loss, but definitely probably his best game of his career at this moment. And at this moment, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the Miami Hurricanes weekly report. And another thriller win for Miami, defeating Duke 53-31. In the third quarter, they was down 28-17, but managed to put up 36 points in the second half. It was a record-breaking day for Restrepo and that boy Cam Ward. Restrepo now leads UM and catches and yards, and that boy Cam Ward has the most passing yards in a single season, man. What's your thoughts on the game, bro?
Very entertaining game. Again, can't speak enough about the experience and the poise that Cam Ward plays with. Never seen anything like it. Some people are saying he's calling his own plays. I mean, we don't know that. It looks like he is, but we don't know that because we're not in the huddle. But I do know. I very rarely, and I ask you this question too. Have seen a quarterback actually control the offense like he does. It's a great sight to see as a UM fan. It's the best quarterback in the history of the Hurricanes, and I just hope we can keep going, bro. You've been high on Restrepo, bro, the last 4 years. I remember when you first told me about him, and I asked you, like, bro, what you talking about, bro? And you were saying he was the best receiver the first time I saw him, went to the game. You said he was the best receiver on the team. I think he was a sophomore, and since that day, you said that you've proven to be right. So uh, definitely great season so far. We got to keep going, bro. Patch up these wins. Got us ranked number 3, right? 3?
No, we number 4.
4. Okay, number 4. We keep stacking these wins, and we get into the playoffs. Secondary got to patch up. I think. I don't know if you've been reading the reports. I think they were supposed to give Patterson, that 5-star safety, some more reps. A lot of blown coverages I don't like in the back end, but again, it's college.
Yeah.
It's not the NFL, so it's gonna be a high scoring game more times than not. You're gonna have a lot of blown coverages. These are kids. These are not professional adults that you won't make these minor mistakes. So we'll see how this goes. That front seven is playing great, bro. To me, this far, the defensive MVP has been Barron from Tennessee, the transfer. I said his name right.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you watch the game, bro, number 9 is showing up across the screen, bro. Ruben Baines almost back to form, and just like how the front seven is playing, bro. Your boy Willie the same. I didn't know how he was gonna hold up because he's so undersized. But man, he definitely
Smacking.
looks really good. He's actually won us a couple games this year, big games, single handedly. So definitely front seven looks good. Just gotta our weakness is that secondary we gotta clean up. So we'll see.
Yeah, honestly, I know I had questions coming in about the defense as a whole, but earlier this season, I don't know if you caught, during college game day, that boy Nick Saban said, offense is king, man. You got to be able to put up points. And then I think about that 2019 season with LSU. They defense wasn't the best that year, and Joe Burrow and them boys just had to continue to put up points down there up on everybody, and that's how it's kind of looking like what Miami got to do, man. Just keep putting up points on everybody and continue to
hmm
be dominant, man. And like
Or
I
if you can get
Mhm.
the turnovers too.
Yeah,
The turnovers equalize the game. So if you're giving up 40 points, when it's time to get that stop, can you get that fumble, that sack fumble? Can you get that pick? So getting those stops in moments, yeah, Miami giving up 45, 40 points, but when it's time to get that stop in that fourth quarter to get the ball back, Cam Ward's gonna make it right. We've seen it all year. Whatever you do, we down by 30, you down by 20, it don't
whatever the
matter.
circumstances, yeah.
Yeah, so he always gonna correct the defense. It's just how bad is the defense gonna be? You get what I'm saying? How bad are they gonna be for what
Yeah,
Cam Ward has to do this Saturday, the next Saturday? That's how they play the game. And we're a second half team, bro. I've been
yeah.
saying that
See,
shit all year. I don't know what it is, but no matter who we play, we start out slow, and it's like we sit out there. You know, I don't want to say we come out slow, but second half come, I know whatever it is, we can be down 40. When that second half come, bro, when we get to that third quarter, that's when they start playing.
but like I've been telling you from the get go, bro. Every team that we play gonna be their Super Bowl performance, bro. So they coming out tough, bro. Coming out with all their best plays and everything, man. So I think that's definitely a part of it. But it is a good sight to see that they come out in the second half. You know, they have made the adjustments, and them boys come out to fucking play, bro. That is it is a pretty cool sight to see, man. And any final thoughts on this game, bro? Before we move on to the
Nah, that's it.
yeah, bro. Then we got this week we got Georgia Tech tomorrow, Saturday at 12 o'clock. I believe them boys is shit, if I'm not mistaken, they 5-4 at the moment. And Georgia Tech always been competitive against us. Damn near every team always competitive. I know, especially in the past 2 years. I'm not sure if you recall last year, bro, when them boys, all we had to do was just kneel the ball, and they basically gave Don Chaney another run, and that boy fumbled, and they end up winning the game. So I know definitely that's on the back of their head as well. And I know their starting quarterback, Haynes King, bro. He supposedly is injured, so they're not sure if he's gonna be playing or not. So that's another little question mark that we're gonna have to see. But I don't expect any letdown. I expect Miami to continue to roll. How dominant it will be, how the game is gonna go, I'm not quite sure. Because Georgia Tech, they always give us a battle, especially this day homecoming game as well. So they're gonna be extra motivated, and like I always said, we're gonna get everybody's Super Bowl performance, man. So I expect Georgia Tech pretty tough, man. How you think this game gonna go, bro?
Yeah, I think hopefully we can put it away early, bro.
Yeah.
Just put it away early. Don't leave no doubt. And I know it's gonna be a sold out, probably gonna be a sold out game, bro. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of Hurricane fans will travel up there, and for the most part, most of the games the Hurricanes have played this year have been sold out. Louisville, California, they've all sold out, their stadium. So I expect Georgia Tech's game to be sold out as well. So just want to start fast, bro. Uh, and we'll see how it goes. Should be a good game, and hopefully they have some fire to this game. As you mentioned, the fumble, bro. You lost that game last year. You definitely want some get back, because you shouldn't have lost that game last year. So
Oh,
we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's not a rivalry, but it's still a what do we call it? A conference game.
yeah.
So you want to come out there and take it serious.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Them boys play tomorrow at 12 o'clock, I believe, on ESPN. But I guess go ahead and jumping back into the NFL and going into week 10. And I know the first segment we'll talk about, man, some of the best games that we're looking forward to. I guess I'll start, bro. Definitely looking forward to that Pittsburgh Steelers and Washington Commanders game. Definitely excited to see Jaden Daniels, see if he can continue this impressive season. But I'm more interested in is just seeing Russell Wilson, seeing how he performs in this next game, man, and see if he can continue this success, man. But I think this definitely going to be an exciting game between Pittsburgh and Washington. What game you got this week, bro? You might be on mute, bro.
My bad, talking on mute. I'm looking forward to the Dolphins versus the Rams, bro.
Mm,
Trying to see if the Dolphins could get on track, man.
yeah.
Played a great game last week, and Tua looked like he's getting back in the groove, but I just, hope they could get a win, bro, because if they don't get a win, bro, they're going to start, in the offseason, people going to they're going to let people go. They're going to I think they're going to end up trading Waddle. Had a down year this year. A lot of drops. You just paid them, but I think they're gonna move up for him. And you got to pay Holland, bro. And I don't think they're gonna pay Holland because he hasn't had an impactful season. So I think he's gonna get moved, and I think you're gonna move Ramsey as well. Ramsey ain't been playing bad, but he ain't been playing great either. So you lose this game, bro. I'm telling you, you're gonna see a lot. That team's gonna start getting. They're gonna start talking about next year and stuff like that. So a rebuild.
Yeah, definitely gonna be interesting to see. Definitely expect a good game on Monday night between those two teams, man. And I guess just go ahead and moving on to our week 10 betting picks. And our first segment or whatnot, man, it's gonna be our player prop pick. And the player I'm going with this week, man, is that boy Josh Allen, rushing over 25.5 yards. I know there's been some injury talks about Keon Coleman and Amari Cooper. Probably they might be out. So I expect some more design runs for Josh Allen, man. And the Colts haven't been that great as far as rushing defense. So I expect Josh Allen to pick this up with ease, man. Who you got this week, bro?
Yeah, I'm looking at CJ Stroud over 226 yards passing.
Sweet. All right. And I guess next up is gonna be, our over and under. And I know for me, bro, I got San Fran and Tampa Bay going under the 50 and a half. I just think both of the teams gonna be really focused on running the ball, especially with 49ers, coming from the West Coast or whatnot. I think they just gonna try to get in and get out of there, especially healthy. So, good balance between that boy McCaffrey and Mason. And on Tampa Bay side, they off definitely running the ball more often than not. So, with running the ball, that means that time consume that clock just a little bit faster, and hopefully less points being scored as well, man. Who you got this week, bro?
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins and the Rams over 50 yards. 50 points.
Oh, you
I
expect
I don't think it's going to be a shootout, but I think it's going to be some points, bro. I honestly think they're going to be going back and forth, so we could call it a shootout.
Gotcha, man. And our next segment, go ahead and move on to our teaser section, 6-point teaser. And this week we're gonna go ahead and go with the New York Giants as one of the teams. They got them boys playing Carolina. They like the Giants by 6.5. So we'll go ahead and bring the Giants down, to a half a point. I definitely like the Giants just to, beat Carolina this week, especially in Germany. And then the next team I'm going with is the Minnesota, going to Jacksonville. They also like them. They also like Minnesota to beat them boys by 6.5 points. So we'll go ahead and drop them boys in the teaser and bring them boys down to a half a point. And just to win the game outright, man. Then our next segment, underdog pick, a team that made upset. Who you got this week, bro?
I don't like it, but the Steelers over Washington. I actually want Washington to beat the Steelers, but I think the Steelers is they're on a little semi run or whatever you want to call it. I think they're gonna beat Washington. I don't want them to, but like I said, I think they're gonna beat Washington, bro. Washington's playing really good. I still think they're a little early for the moment, even though their record doesn't reflect. Kind of think they're still a little early. Kind of like what was the team last year? I told you was early. I'm just trying to think. I can't think of the team I told you about last year.
I don't think it was Houston.
It was Houston.
Okay.
It was Houston. We didn't think CJ Stroud was going to be that good, and we didn't think that team could go to the playoffs.
Exactly.
And they ended up getting in. Washington obviously is going to get in the playoffs because they're in the NFC, but I didn't see them going being 7-2 right now, bro. I can't tell you that. I thought Jaden Daniels was going to be really good. I didn't think he was going to be this good. So, kind of like Stroud. I just didn't see that. These guys are coming in and they're top five quarterbacks already. You get what I'm saying? Top 10, sorry. Top five might be a little too much of a stretch, but top 10, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't see these guys coming in as a rookie quarterback and making that impact because you just don't see that too often. Um, and but yeah, nonetheless, I think the Steelers is going to get Washington.
Gotcha, bro. Funny enough, bro, I actually have Pittsburgh as well as my underdog pick. I know my reasoning, honestly, I just trust Mike Tomlin just to have that defense ready for Jaden Daniels, bro. I think they if anybody be able to confuse him or whatnot, I think Mike Tomlin would do it. But I'm gonna pick another pick, bro. I'm gonna go with you probably not gonna like this one. But I'm gonna go with the New Orleans, bro. 3.5 points against Atlanta this week. I just think that the players, that they definitely gonna come out with some extra motivation or whatnot, just to try to prove a point to see that to say that there was a reason that Dennis Allen got fired. We could play much better than we have been playing. So I definitely like New Orleans this week, man. And I guess our next segment, go ahead and move on to a lock of the week. Shit, go ahead, go first, bro. Who you got this week, man?
Yeah, my lock of the week is Josh Allen over 237 passing yards.
Then we both going with Josh Allen props. That's sweet. That's sweet, man. And I guess my lock of the week, man. I'm gonna go with the Jets, man, on 1.5 points over Arizona. Honestly, I just think the Jets is just a better team than Arizona. I believe Arizona's on a 3-game win streak right now, man. They have been playing some good ball. I'm not gonna say it's the most impressive or anything like that, but they have been playing some solid ball. But overall, I just think the Jets are a better team. Especially picking up that win. I believe when they last played Thursday. When they last played, bro. When they last played?
Last
Last
Thursday, I
Thursday,
believe.
yeah. And I think they was on a bye. No, they was not on a bye. Last Thursday or whatnot. And I think they were just gonna carry over that momentum. And yeah, man, I just think the Jets are a better team, man. They're gonna get the best of Arizona, man. Take this W, man. Any final thoughts for this week or anything, bro?
Yeah. One thing, just as we get closer to January, a lot of teams gonna be pushing for this playoff run. NFC is kind of, I feel like, solidified, bro. Honestly, compared to the AFC. The AFC still got a lot to work out, but the NFC for the most part is pretty much you know who's gonna go to the playoffs and you know who's not. So we'll see on that last stretch.
Yeah, bro. I think at this moment, bro, I think like damn near like 30% of the teams are like at 2-6, bro. So it's kind of a weird season this year or whatnot, man. But yeah, man. Like I always tell y'all at the end, man. Hope you guys have a good week. Watching football with your fantasy, with your betting, man. Hope everything falls through for you guys. And we'll see you guys next week, man. Peace.